Hello everybody, welcome back to this Pokemon Snap playthrough that's not a playthrough. My name is Andy, the Uncommentator. This is episode number 20 already, whizzing through this series, and the focus of this episode is going to be Psyduck. Now, of course, before we start, we need to read the POSG entry for Psyduck, which goes as follows. What happened to my voice? I had no idea. Anyway, unless you hit one of these Pokemon with a piece of Pokemon food or a Pestiball, it will just keep swimming around you. This first shot is nothing special to Professor Oak, so try for something more lively. A smack on the noggin encourages these large ducks. Sorry, I can't get over noggin. Encourages these large ducks to jump into the air and around the stumps they call home. If you get a good shot of one when it's completely out of the water, your point total will soar. The best thing about that is as well, it's spelt noggin without a G on the end, which is fun. Anywho, although I suppose that'd be noggin. Anyway, let's move on quickly from noggin. So Psyduck. So this is going to be a bit of a special, sort of unique episode, and the reason for that will become a bit more apparent when I get into the video, and I'll try and explain it the best I can. So anyway, so that's the photo that we've got at the moment on the report. So let's have a quick look and see how that score is broken down. So we've got a size of 690, a pose of 1200, and of course the double bonus for it being in the middle of the frame, which gives us a total score of 3,780. So we need to go back to the river to try and beat that score if we can, which is going to be a challenging one. And this is the first video, or the first Pokemon, I should say, of Pokemon that jump randomly out of the water. So these episodes may be a little bit meat grinder. When we get further on into the decks, there's a lot more of them, such as Magikarp, Shelder, Cloyster, Goldeen, Dratini. I feel like there's a couple of others I'm forgetting. But yeah, there's an element of randomness to this, which I don't like, because you're relying a little bit on luck. Okay, so this, as I said, this is a bit of a different episode. The reason for that is the score that I've got, I know I can easily beat it, but there's a reason why I haven't. So first thing we need to do is hit the Psyduck in the noggin, and then you need to start throwing Pestiballs, and it'll randomly jump out the water like that. Now it doesn't matter, I'm pretty certain it doesn't matter. There we go. I'm pretty certain it doesn't matter if we throw a Pestiball or an ASPF. It's not going to increase or decrease the chances of it jumping out the water, or what pose it does when it does jump out the water. Now, if with any luck here, if we get a bit of luck, which we haven't, the Psyduck will jump out while the other Psyduck's swimming round. Ooh, that was a chance. You don't want to hit this other Psyduck. Because what we ideally want is the Psyduck to jump out the water while the other Psyduck's swimming around it. That's the plan. We'll just keep going a little bit longer. I think we've exhausted it now. Yeah, okay. Right, a lot to unpack here, which I'll unpack. Only 7 photos. Felt like we took a lot more than that. Okay, here we go. So that's basically that one, only it's looking the other way. Once again, as I've said a million times in this series, the direction is irrelevant. It's a shame the other one isn't swimming underneath it there. That would have been perfect. So, what I wanted to... So basically, what I wanted to explain is... So you've seen there's a few different ways it's jumped out of the water. Now, to get the 1200 pose points, you've got to have it jumping out the water with the stars around it. So either that one or that one. So these are the two, when it jumps out the water and kind of does a messianic type thing. That is only worth 1,000. That is only worth 1,000 pose points. But given 1,000 pose, if you get 1,000 size plus 1,000 pose points, that's obviously 4,000, which is higher, provided it's in the centre of the frame, of course, which is higher than the one that I've currently got, which is obviously that one. It's 3,780. So I could easily beat that score with that pose, essentially. Now, to be honest with you, the size of that might be enough to beat it. But really what we need, or even that one, but really what we need is a close-up, good shot of it doing that, basically, of the star jump. So let's submit that and just see what it gets. Now, of course, if we submit a photo that beats the score that you currently have, it automatically saves it. It doesn't let you save a lower score. You can only save a score that matches. Sorry, you can save a lower score, but if you save the higher score, you can't choose to save the lower score. It automatically saves the higher one. That's what I meant to say. Okay, let's see what it gets in comparison. 550, so it's not too bad, but it's not great. 1200, yeah, it's in the middle of the frame, yeah. Okay. So essentially, that's what we're trying to do. Now, I could get 1,000 messianic size thingy-bob, what he explained, but I don't want to save over my old photo because I want to try and get the best photo I can of it doing the star spinning jump. Now, in an ideal world, what we want the star spinning jump while the other one's swimming round. That's the holy grail. So yeah, this could be the last two videos have been quite long. This one may also be. It just depends what I go for here, but you get the idea anyway. So to be fair, 550 of the first shot isn't bad. Right, let's go for a noggin knocker. To us with the starry jump, that's kind of the theme of the. How am I missing this? That's kind of a theme of the Pokemon that randomly jump out of water. Sometimes I think it's worth, and by theme I mean that. Excuse me. When I say a theme, I mean that's kind of what you're aiming for all the ones that jump out of the water, not that. Sometimes I'm thinking when it jumps out of the water doing the star jump, do I speed towards it? Try and get the increased size score. Come on. Ah! Needed the star jump there. Yes, there's two Psyducks in the shot there. Come on, star jump. Oh, there we go. That wasn't a bad one. I feel like that wasn't bad. Yeah, I'm just wondering with this, do I try and speed towards it? But obviously you can see how quick it jumps out the water. And how quick it spins round. It's a tricky one to get. Oh, this is making sense. I feel like it's not. Well, there we go. That's not bad. I kind of want to submit that just because there's two of them in the frame. You see that if it was doing the spin jump there, that's what we need. We need to try and get the spin jump with the other one underneath it. Now, let's go with that one. Because that might actually beat the other one I've got. Which would be nice. Because of course that's what we're trying to do. This is another one of the lowest scoring ones. Come on. Ooh, 660. Nearly. So it won't beat it. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Right. Yeah, I'm going to try. We'll have a couple more goes, but basically you need to try and get the starry spin jump as big as possible. That will get you the highest. That will get you the highest score in the long run, rather than the sort of messianic pose. Just realised something actually. This is episode 20, and episode 10. I think episode 10 was Pikachu. So I wonder if every 10th episode the Pokemon's going to begin with P. Oh, it's going to be yellow. One or the other. Probably neither. Because I don't think there's enough Pokemon either begin with P or a yellow. Right, this time Noggin Knocker. I just wonder when it does the star jump, do I try and speed towards it to get the extra size score? I might try it next time. Like that. Don't I prefer throwing the Pestiballs into the ASPS? Oh, no, not made a mess of that one. Not quite getting the... I think I'm getting the shot, but it's not saying Psyduck on the screen. I'd feel better if it did. Now. Ah. Come on. Now, while the other one's on the screen. Now. Not now. Now. No. Yeah, if you knock the oh, there we go. If you knock the other one in, then it it doesn't really make any difference to be honest with you. It just yeah, if you knock the other one that's swimming round in, excuse me, then it just jumps out randomly like the other one does. So there's not really much point in doing that. Yeah, not great, that one. Okay, let's see what we got. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Yeah, we'll go with that one. In fact, there may be a little bit of yellow there in the background. We may get a 10-point same Pokemon bonus here.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder if every 10th video we can get a yellow Pokemon or a Pokemon with P. I mean, there are a few other Pokemon that are yellow. There's Zapdos and Electabuzz, but I don't know. I feel like there's others, but I can't think what they could be. Hey, there we go. Same Pokemon bonus as 60. So there it was. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to try and do... Well, I'm kind of trying to do it. I'm going to try and get a good sort of messianic Psyduck, as well as get this this one jumping out the... doing the star jump. I may make this the last go, actually, because I think you get the idea. It's a tricky one, Psyduck, because it's easy to... It's not that difficult to get 4,000 with the non-star pose. But the star pose, you basically want the star pose in 1,000 size, which is obviously very, very difficult. Or even better, which again really does rely on luck. You want the star jump with the other Psyducks swimming around it. I wish it was pester balls for one pose, apples, or ASPFs I should say, for the other. That would make this a little bit easier. Now! Now! Ah! That was annoying. Only one star jump so far. That just proves it's random, because we've had quite a few star jumps up to this point. That was a chance. We've had quite a few star jumps up to this point, whereas... How did that not hit it? Whereas on this run, we've had 2, I think. And I had a really good chance there of getting a good one. I didn't take it. Oh, come on. I've had chances here. I've not taken them. Okay, we'll quit that one, I think. We may have one more go, and then we'll sayonara to Psyduck. I see nothing in these. Made a mess of that. Yeah, it's going to be smaller, isn't it, that one? Okay, yeah, they all suck. Right, let's get a set that's got one in that doesn't suck.
Welcome back.
Yeah, speaking of things that suck, this episode... yeah, I was kind of dreading this episode, because... not dreading it, but it's almost like... I know I could beat my score, but I'm not going to do it, because it's not the right way. The right way is the star jump, but... yeah. The other pose is a lot easier to get 1,000 size on, and I know I can do it. But yeah, so it's up to you really. If you're feeling brave, I suppose if you just want the highest score you can get, then just get a good messianic one, and then just try and get the star one if you can. I'm just speeding towards it. Should help the size score with that one. Didn't even get the water there. Oh, come on. That was bad. That's the one you want. That is the one you want. I think the other Psyduck was in the background there. And it flashed and said Psyduck, so we may have got a good photo there. Or it may just be maybe again the hope that kills you. I'm quite excited to see that photo actually. Not getting many the other poses, are we? Getting a lot of star ones, or just literally jumping out and then going straight back in again. Like that. There we go. Got the other pose. Should we get Speed Pikachu again? Just for the laugh? Should we get Cloyster? No. Let's go back to Joke and see what he's got to say for himself. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, that's the one with the other Psyduck in the shot. See, that's what you want, basically, that. But with more of the other Psyduck in a slightly bigger size score. Right, we'll go with that. We'll see what it gets.
Yes.
I'm quietly hopeful I'm going to beat my score here. But I don't think the size is going to be quite enough. It's going to be like, what we got? 690 have we got at the minute. Yeah, it's going to be like 540, something like that. 510, even lower than I thought. That's a shame. Yeah, 1200. Yeah, come on. Come on. 80 points, is that all? That sucks. Ah, dear. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, so that's Psyduck, basically. Yeah, so that's Psyduck. That's what you have to do. So basically, you have to try and get a good shot of the star jump, which is obviously quite difficult. But we'll go back to the report. Yeah, I think we've exhausted this one. I was going to try and squeeze in a little bit of singing, but I'll spare you all. I'll maybe do it in the next episode, which is, oh god, Growlithe. No, it isn't. It's Mankey. Ignore that completely. Right, okay. Yeah, so that was Psyduck. So as I said there, it's random. It's a bit frustrating, but you need to get the star jump. If you do that, you get a good shot of the star jump, you will be laughing. So if you did enjoy this video and you laughed at the video, then great. Then please like and share the video. You can also leave a comment on the video. That would be fantastic as well. And if you enjoyed this entire series, or this is the first video you've watched and you want to check out the rest of the series, it is on YouTube, and the entire series will be on eventually once I've uploaded it. But join me next time. Moving on to episode number 21, which is Mankey. But until we get to that point, for now, from me, it is sayonara. Hey again everybody, now despite the fact I've just said sayonara, please don't turn the video off, because I'm going to do something now that I have never done before in any of my YouTube videos, and I certainly don't want to make a habit of it, so hopefully this is going to be just a one-off for this series. So this is a little post-production that I'm making here, so this isn't live commentary on the footage that you are watching, because when I got to the end of the last episode, the last recording, I wasn't particularly happy with it. Now, I think you're all intelligent enough to realise what I was trying to do, what was going on. But the actual shots that I got, as I said, I weren't too happy with them. So I did carry on recording and just didn't record any commentary. And eventually, I managed to get some decent footage. So this, as I said, I think you all realise what I was trying to do. But now this will actually show it a bit better than I managed to do in the main video. So if we skip on around this corner, eventually something cool is going to happen. And if we keep going and going and going, we're going to get the shot that I was trying to get in the main video. And there it is. So eventually I managed to get a good shot of the star jump. As you'll see here when I submit it to Professor Joke. Now, as I've said a million times throughout this series, the direction doesn't matter. It's all about the size and the placement. So this photo that I got now, the new star jump photo, you can see that its size is 990, and of course we've got the same pose, score of 1200. So you can see there 4380, a massive improvement on the score that I managed to get in the video, and the score that I already had saved in the photo deck, or the Pokemon report, whatever you want to call it. The other thing I was trying to do on the main video was compare the two poses, so the Starry Jump pose and the Messianic Jump pose. So eventually I did get a good shot of the Messianic pose, so I'm just going to do the comparison, and then we'll absolutely end it. This will be the end of the video. This will be the last sayonara of the Psyduck video. I should say Psyduckanara, shouldn't I? Actually, no, I shouldn't. So you can see there we've got the Messianic pose, and we've got 1,000 size for that one, which is obviously a higher score than the star jump pose. But then once the pose score, comes in, then the star jump pose makes it a better shot. So you can see there, that's just a visual representation of what I was trying to do, and what I explained I was trying to do in the main video. So it's worth, basically, the short version, the TLDR version is, it's worth chasing the star jump pose, because if you do that, you will get the higher score if you can get a decent, enough of a size score. So we'll do what we normally do to end the video for the second time for Psyduck. And we'll go back to the Pokemon report. You can see there now we've got when it loads up, there we go. So you can see that we've now got the new Psyduck shot in the Pokemon report. So a nice higher score than we had before I started this series. 4,380. A nice shot of Psyduck. So join me in the next video, but until we get to that point, for now from me, it is Psyduck and Ara.